We have very different approaches to architecture in the office. Projects that are very much linked to the ground are very site-specific. They want to be timeless, and they want to, even if they're new buildings, they want to look as if they had been there forever. So they're buildings that are raw, they're not sealed from the elements. They're not threatened by weathering or erosion, or they welcome that. So, and in that sense, a very interesting aspect that we are also working on is this idea of perfection that comes also from the classic traditions. Symmetry, is dismantled here. Like, there's not, beauty doesn't come from this sense of perfection. It's a beauty that has more to do with the beauty we found in nature. When we think about the other set of projects that are not so site-specific, when you fabricate a project off-site and then it goes through all of these different stages until it comes to the site, it has to work perfectly. So in this sense, there is this idea of perfection. The startup we have launched that we call Wojo, which thinks about architecture as a product. Maybe it starts with the Metascopian house, where we take industrialized parts and we develop a space that is non-standard by changing some of the rules of how we apply those technologies to architecture. And the research evolves with the Cyclopean house that we built years after here in the US. We fabricated the house entirely in Spain. We shipped it in shipping containers, and that we can build much lighter and much cheaper, controlling weights, so that you can really crane materials to their position, controlling the dimensions of things so they fit a shipping container, and controlling also the quality. So this again triggers this idea that this is a project that we can scale up, that has the potential to not stay as a kind of singular work, but that can have a huge impact. And that's what Wojo is trying to do, is trying to change the way in which we design, engineer, build buildings through components. I would like to claim at some point that architecture is nature. That should be the aspiration. If we think about the truffle or structures of landscape, those are projects that also really find the idea of comfort. But I think it's something that we should question, because human beings, we are adaptable. And I think that we should find a way to recover the contact with the outdoors, with nature. Even imagine how would our buildings erode, or how would our buildings kind of dissolve ideally back into nature. So thinking about the kind of life cycle of the projects. The minute when you find that you are in a path that you believe in and that you want to continue, I think it's a very important moment in life. With our practice, we are in a moment where we enjoy a lot the work that we do. We suffer it profoundly as well, but we believe in it. And it's very important that topics that we're dealing with are relevant to us, we think are relevant to the world. We have not found dead ends, but really an infinite journey that we want to continue working on. And ultimately, we want that these efforts have an impact in the world, in real life.